So after the INT, it's Rodgers. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it a second down. From midfield, here's Rodgers. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. From the gun, it's Rodgers. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's James. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice gain right there on 1st down for them. Brings up a nice 2nd down for them.
So 2nd in inches after that 1st down completion went just shy of the marker. Now they'll run it on the toss. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. Now they'll run it on the toss. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. As the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. Give him 8 on the play, and it'll make it a 2nd down. Here's Watson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Obi Melifonwu. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. Rodgers now on 1st down. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Now Rodgers looking to throw on 2nd down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Andre Howell. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. So we have reached halftime here. It's the visitors, the Texans, out in front. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the third quarter. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Green the line! Green the line! Black the line, Billy!
To throw on 2nd is Watson. And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Going to need something special here on 3rd and long after that sack. What does Watson have in his arsenal? Watson now to throw. Going up top. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Packers will have a short field to work with here as they take over 1st and 10. Now they try the right side here. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
319.
And on the ground they go with the running back. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
Well, so much for him being bottled up throughout the day. Finally finds a way to break through and get a really nice gain. The defense had felt great about what they had going. Now they've got to turn their attention to getting it back in that direction. Can they bottle him up again? Because I'd say after that run, confidence is pretty high for him.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Another scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Now they'll throw with Rodgers. Throw left side complete. That's James. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
So now they assess a 3rd and long, and that holding call might have knocked him out of field goal range, at least for the moment. And they'll go on the ground. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
They're going to line up to go for this on 4th down. Rodgers stays on the field. They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. And that is going to be incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And this Texans defense stands tall. And he'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, I've seen, you and I worked into practices where we've seen, hey, 3rd down situation, big 3rd down alert, lock.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 14.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield. I think it's intercepted.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. 16 yards right off the bat and a 1st down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice because you're right, he struggled, especially in that 1st half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
That's fine. Yeah.
Throwing now is Rodgers. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
We're into the 2nd half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. They'll run it now out of the gun. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the 1st half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
10 yards there, good enough for a Texan 1st down.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw, so maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
And they'll run it here. Able to slither by. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. On first down, it's Watson. Dancing to his left. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. And it's second down.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
Black, not good. Tiger. Two jet. Reset.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Kenny Clark, the big D tackle there to make the stop.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Now Watson. And this is going to be incomplete.
But sometimes you just have to take things into your own hands, don't you? I mean, the offense is really struggling in this game. They're the ones keeping things going. They have to continue to play at that level. And that's what friends are for.
Right. As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turned it over there. That's a big momentum changer and put your defense in a bad spot.
Now a handoff looking right. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. He's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Rodgers to throw on second down. Over the middle, that's caught by Adams. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Rodgers now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Now they try the right side here. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. And this defense continues to give them fits. They just can't get really anything going on the ground, can they?
I love the theme that you just brought up. This defense has been tough all game long against the run. We just saw another example of it there.
And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's James. And he's got the first, but we also have a flag on the field. And they're already walking backwards. Every penalty so critical at this stage of the game, as now they've got it 3rd and long. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And the Texans set to come onto the field. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he takes us across the 15 to the 17. Kevin King coming up from the secondary to make the play. A tight game like this, such a tough spot for the offense to be in. Even though they have the lead, Charles, back up so close to their goal line, they got to protect the football.
And that's when you have to take care of your team with play calling as well. Not a lot of misdirection, not a lot of counters, not a lot of plays where you have extra ball handling. Get it right to the hands of your running back, tell him to take care of the ball, and try and move forward.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. And he'll take this in at the 1-yard line. A terrific return there. 27 yards all told. And out will come the offense as they take over. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Working from the gun, Rodgers throwing for his running back, and he's got it complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Now, they may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Rodgers now on first down. Over the middle, complete. It's Hartman. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. From the midfield strike, they'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's James. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10.
319!
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Now Rodgers. Looking deep for Adams. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
Now after the holding call, here's 2nd and 20. Rodgers again now. It's caught inside the 25. Give him 30 yards there.
He's come a long way since his time at Georgia Tech. What did he run at Tech? He ran hitches and go routes, essentially.
Yeah.
I mean, but he ran them really well. He averaged well over 20 yards a catch while he was there. And he still creates downfield in the NFL.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 2. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. And he'll find a little space. He gets this up near the 10. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
And that's frustrating for a defense because they've got them pinned down deep. And on the first play, they gave up a run that keeps an offense on schedule.
Yeah, because 3 to 4 yards, that's all you're looking for right there, right?
That's absolutely perfect, really, as a play call. You get 3 to 4 yards on first down. That's what they talk about to us all the time, about being ahead of the chains or on target, ahead of schedule. They were after that run.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. The tackle will be credited to Jake Ryan. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining. The Texans on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Try the ground game here with the running back. And now the Packers going to take another timeout as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
A good return there, 17 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. They're down here in a 1-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
They have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. He's back to throw. And the hit jarred loose. It's incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Back to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that's going to make it 4th down. He'll look to throw. That's to his running back, complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. They'll look to throw. And that That is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
So line of scrimmage still to 39 on 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's caught inside the 30. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. And I think that's going to do it. They can't get another play off. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle.